in the woods about a quarter mile from the Hopewell roadside sign off of West Cherry Road, stands the Hopewell Treaty Site. This site's historic marker, entitled Hopewell Treaty Site, "A Hatchet Shall Be Buried," was erected by the South Carolina National Heritage Corridor and features a brief synopsis of the Hopewell Treaties signed November 28, 1785, as well as few select details from the aforementioned U.S. negotiators. One of the first things I noticed after first reading this marker and further researching it is that this marker paints the United States in a very favorable light, perhaps more favorable than deserved. The use of rhetorical appeals such as logos, pathos, and ethos in this historical marker does not accurately portray the signing of the Hopewell Treaty or its impact on all parties involved. The Hopewell Treaty marker establishes that General Andrew Pickens negotiated the Hopewell treaties with Benjamin Hawkins, General Joseph Martin, and General Lachlan McIntosh. However, this marker only offers a brief background on the four men mentioned. General Joseph Martin was an Indian agent for the Cherokee Nation and according to legend had up to 5 wives, 3 Indians. General Lachlan McIntosh was the son of the head of the Scottish McIntosh clan. General Andrew Pickens was the father of South Carolina's 46th governor and was uncle of Flora Calhoun, Vice President John C. Calhoun's wife. Benjamin Hawkins was a U.S. Indian agent, which meant that he was authorized to interact with Native Americans on behalf of the U.S. government. These brief descriptions of the men tell me about important information, especially regarding General Andrew Pickens. General Andrew Pickens served in the Cherokee War from 1760 to 1761, fighting against the Cherokee, and in the autumn of 1776 served as a major in an expedition that destroyed dozens of Cherokee towns. However, even after this, Pickens was well respected by tribal leaders and earned the nickname Skyagunsta, or Wizard Owl, after one of the greatest Cherokee warriors and chiefs. Another feature of the Hopewell Treaty Site historic marker is a brief list of the treaty's conditions, which happens to include defining boundaries and allowing for the Chickasaws to punish any United States citizens that settle on the Indian land. Even though these boundaries were defined, white settlers still went onto the Native Americans' land and began settling. This led to the Cherokee phrase "talking leaves," which denoted that treaties with white settlers were only as good as the white settlers wanted them to be, and that eventually these treaties would blow away like talking leaves. These facts are in direct opposition to the ending sentence of each Hopewell Treaty, which states that the hatchet shall be forever buried and peace given by the United States of America. I do not see how this treaty supposedly facilitated peace and perpetual friendship between the two sides when the treaty was not followed. Along with this is the omitted fact that following the Hopewell Treaties, there were continual disputes, new treaties signed, and eventually the removal of all 3 of the tribes that signed the Hopewell Treaties due to the Trail of Tears and Indian Removal Act of 1830. Again, I do not see how perpetual friendship could be upkept if the settlers were continually settling on the tribe's land and the tribes were eventually forced off their land. Because of these discrepancies between the facts and their portrayal on the marker, this historical marker is not conveying its history in a rhetorically effective way. It is not effective because it omits important aspects of the totality of the Hopewell Treaty and how it was followed. The language used in the marker supports the notion that the treaty benefited both the U.S. and Native American tribes, creating peace and friendship. However, in reality, it appears like the U.S. did not abide by the treaty or truly facilitate peace and friendship. This historical marker, which reads "Hopewell Treaty Site, the hatchet shall be buried," does not accurately represent how the treaty was upheld or its true effects. The language present on the sign surely serves the rhetorical function of portraying the U.S. in a good light, utilizing logos by listing facts such as the number of people at the signing of the treaty and names of attendees, pathos by using loaded words such as peace and friendship, and ethos because it was erected by the South Carolina National Heritage Corridor, a seemingly trustworthy source of historical information, and was approved by Clemson University, yet another seemingly trustworthy establishment. As a student at Clemson University, I should be able to trust the information given to me to be true. However, when I see that important pieces to this historical puzzle have been left out, I'm left confused as to what information I'm being presented with is actually accurate. This is important because, as a university, Clemson should aim to foster intellectual and personal growth of its students, and the only way this can be accomplished is if students are given all sides to all stories, not just the pieces that portray our school well.